Oh yeah, there's that ventilation shaft for the cab. Check this out. She's not stuck. Little cat crap. Crazy kitty cats. What are you doing down there, Geronimo? Huh? Chasing your tail again? Well, hopefully this won't break the nut. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Let's see down in there. Ugh. Choke is frozen open, which is okay. Yep, that's what it looks like. Little vacuum secondary Holly 600, and somebody left a rag under here. Oh wow. Normally rags cause terrible corrosion, but look at that. That is clean looking. Pretty sure this Holly won't move right now. Nope, she's pretty stuck, so we're gonna start spraying her down. I don't like chokes anyhow. I'll probably take this one out because it looks really bad. Just spray back in there. Let's spray all this stuff. Here's my plier. Yeah, that surprises me. There's some spots on this carburetor that got pretty moist. Alright, upon further inspection, this is an ID tag from Ford, and I'll get it all cleaned off because most of the numbers are hiding underneath this vacuum line. Down here are numbers that will tell me exactly what this carburetor is, and it probably is an original numbers matching Ford carburetor. I'm sorry, it's a Holly made for a Ford. So this tube is kind of a Ford thing. It's the heat riser tube, comes off the manifold on the side, and it wouldn't normally be there on an aftermarket carburetor. So I got to looking at this, and I think it's the original carburetor. So I'll do my best to make that thing work again. It's not looking good down in there, but I decided to put this on here to try to just get the engine to fire. I don't expect it to idle, but maybe I can tune some of these problems out. And we're going to get a battery in a little bit. Put it in this ugly battery tray, but look at this. Look at the license plate. Covers the hole just perfect, so let's get to working on this thing. We'll put a battery in it first and see if there's any smoke coming out of the wires. Let's see. It's hard to see into this thing. I may have to jack something up here. Yeah, there's the old starter. Hello. It's been a few days since I've worked on the old truck. And the last video I took, I tried to get underneath and remove the starter. And that wasn't working. I have a really bad injury in my right elbow. And certain things cause it to really flare up and hurt bad. So I haven't touched it for a few days, but I'm going to try to get to it this morning and get the starter out and see if it will come back to life. I'm not holding much hope, but a new one, rebuilt one, is $85 plus exchange. And it's funny, the cheaper you go on a rebuild, the higher the core charge is, and it don't make sense. And even a brand new starter, which shouldn't have a core, has a $10 core on it. That's ridiculous. I don't understand that. $10 core on a totally brand new starter. It's not like they're missing anything, because they're building everything from scratch. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. I guess I might have to learn how to build starters or something. Alternators. I think I better get down here and start working under there. I don't think you can see anything. You can just see the hot wire going to the starter. And there's a kitty cat way down in there. You see a kitty cat? Hey kitty, what you doing in there? Hi buddy. He's hanging out. That's Jiminy hanging out under my truck. Alright, I'm gonna take the starter off. I'll just clip out this gap and you'll see me come back with the starter here hopefully in a little bit, if my arm don't give out. I don't have a brace on because it's in the car and my wife has the car. Be right back. Got 2 bolts. I believe there's one more. I gotta go get an extension and a smaller wrench out of the barn. Be right back. Extension, yeah. Speedy wrenches. No stubbies. Empty-handed. No starter yet. Making my arm hurt. Bolt number 3. The crazy starter is still in there. It's froze inside the block plate. What a pain in the neck. Oh yeah. And I was turning this the wrong way. I was trying to tighten that stupid thing. The bolt wasn't that bad once I went in the correct direction. That's what happens when you get upside down and lose your mind. Get this starter pried out of here. I think I'm going to use a screwdriver. I'll use 2 screwdrivers. I'll use this old junky one and this one over here. So we'll be back. If you hear me yell, it's the thing falling on my face. Starter's out. So I have the starter off, and it's pretty bad on the end, but Maybe you can see this here. I'm going to show you. Looks like the original D2. Y'all can see the Ford on there. And it's really rusty. This don't spin. Nothing spins, but been playing with this. I got this piece cleaned up enough that it'll swing forward. Of course, it don't rotate right now. Not sure if it's going to spin. What I'm going to do right now is just get my jumper cables and do a little negative clamp and a positive. I'll touch it on here, and we're going to see if this is going to kick out here. And yeah, Uncle Joe saves the day. Hey, look at that. Never use. Alright, these will do the trick. Alright, you guys watch down here. Okay, we had a bit of a snafu when I reached up here. The camera went out of focus and all this was blurry, so we're going to have to do this again. I'm going to hit the cables on this once again, and you guys watch this, and I will show you what I've discovered so far. Alright, we were testing this to see if this was going to kick and spin. And like I said, it went out of focus. The only thing you could do is hear what I was saying. And we're going to show you one more time inside. Okay. Here we go. We're going to see if she's going to work. I just made positive connection to that. And absolutely no turning, no kicking, no nothing. So it's still a dead starter. Got my jumper cable set up. I've got this dude spinning and kicking, so hopefully you'll see this jump and spin. Yes, get ready. She should jump here soon. Ready? Oh, she barely moves. Gosh, it's still a piece of junk. Alright, today we are going to put the starter back on and put the battery in it, hit the key and see if it'll crank, and then I'll shoot a little gasoline down the throat of the carburetor, and hopefully we'll start this bad boy up. So there's the original starter. Off camera, I've been fiddling with this thing off and on, and I finally got everything to work. This kicks out, the motor spins. It torques pretty hard, so I think it is back to life again. And what did I do special? Nothing. All I did was take this band off and expose the brushes and what I call a commutator, and did a lot of cleaning with I used brake parts cleaner. That seemed to work pretty good, but spin it a little and it started working, and then the magnet wouldn't pull this down and kick it out, because that has to go down, break the breakers inside to make this spin. So all the spinning I was doing because I was pushing it by hand. Now it's kicking on its own. I replaced the solenoid over there with a used one in my collection of junk, starter is in, and I'm going to put a battery over here, which I'll go get here in a second. And make sure everything's right, and we'll put the keys in the ignition and see if it'll crank over. Be right back. No sparkies. The system seems to be pretty good. I did find a peculiar wire. I'm going to run this down and see what this is. I was poking through down there, so shoved it back up. I assume it goes on the hot side here, so I gotta look that up. What are you doing, cat? Hmm? You missed me? Yep, you missed me. Get your butt out of the camera. She was stuck up a tree for almost 3 days. And that seems to be her favorite thing to do when I'm gone. Get stuck in a tree and pretend she's gonna die. Well, that starter's in, the battery's there, and I'm gonna scare this poor kitty cat to death, so I'm gonna get her up. I don't want her to get hurt. Come on. Come on, pretty thing. Okay, it cranks over. There's a spot in there that sounds really bad, and when I was under there I noticed my flywheel teeth had damage. So I assume there's a spot that's really bad on the flywheel. I'm going to put a battery charger on this. We'll put a battery charger on this and bring this up to peak charge and hit it again. I may have to throw a jumper cable on it, but it's cranking over, and if we can get it to spin fast enough, maybe she'll hit and start up. Alright, it's been charging a little bit. I've already put a little fuel in the bowl. Put a little here. Spin this over. See what happens. Probably nothing. Well, I'd say something happened, didn't it? Have mercy. Let's put a little more fuel in the bowl. So I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to try to pump the accelerator, get it to run a little bit longer. Alright, we're going to go back to charging, and this carburetor's junk. I've rebuilt it several times. It was on the LTD. It's the original LTD carburetor, and I'm just having fits with it. But we may, if this don't want to idle, I may go in and get my 2-barrel with the 4-barrel adapter on it. I may do that just to make this engine idle. We're going to dump some fuel in there. Hopefully this will spark off. That's quite a bit of fuel. But that's what I did the time before, so let's crank it over. Well, she's not hitting on all cylinders. And that sound I'm hearing in the starter could be a totally not froze cylinder, but froze rings. And so I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit more, but we'll stop this video here, and I'll do a lot of work on it, and I'll get her running smooth. Okay, I lied. This video ain't over. I was a little frustrated because I tried cranking it a few more times, and that old carburetor, as you can see, it's not there. I took it off. It's a nightmarish piece of crap, and so I said that I might put the 2-barrel on, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. Just slap a 2-barrel on here. So I'll let you see this. This is a Holly 2-barrel with the choke removed. I don't have any choke stuff on there. Don't like running chokes on these. This is an adapter. If you'll see, these holes don't drop straight down from the center of the venturi is where the back of my finger is. And so these are offset towards the back. And no, they don't mesh up with an intake like that very well. You can see it's got 4 holes. But I'm just going to stick it on there because I ran this on the LTD for a little while. It seemed to work nice. Drove down the road real nice. So we're going to see if we can just drop her on there. We're going to go get some washers real quick. And that's probably not going to be real quick. I'll have to find the washers. So we'll get back, we'll bolt that down, and maybe hook the throttle. I think the throttle will actually work on this. Won't have to worry about the length of that. The pedal will just be closer to the floor when I hook that up, and it's not a big deal. We're not running a race car here. But that carburetor works good, and we should hear this thing idle in just a little bit. Alright, we did a fast carburetor swap there. I didn't show you because it's just not necessary. Now I'm going to try to get me some vacuum on here. I got this crazy little vacuum cap on this thing, and it's tough as nails. I might get this off. Put this on. So now we got our distributor vacuum signal. Ugh. Alright, no gas, bolted down, hooked up to the foot feed. Let's give it another try. And I had this on the 460 in the LTD. Ran really good, so let's give her a crank to see if it'll idle. I ran the bowl dry. Looks like I got a bit of a leak there. Let's see if it'll idle again. see all the black stuff? That exhaust is blowing terribly bad over there, so I'll definitely have to fix that. I think it's gonna run good. I didn't hear any banging, but with all that noise, it's hard to hear every sound, so we'll try to get that quietened up. In a future video, get this thing tamed down and running a little smoother. It'll probably get plugs and wires, things like that. So this is the official end of this video. I hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll keep working on things like this. We're gonna get back to this thing, piddling with it, and make some more videos. And upcoming is some of my over the winter projects for the fastback. I know I don't have enough fastback content on this channel right now, even though it's Jim's Fastback Garage. But there's power steering that I want to try to put on it. I got to take the intake off, fix some oil leaks in the back. I like driving it too much. That's why I haven't worked on it that much. So we'll see you, and like I said, come back and watch some more video. Bye bye.